friends, welcome to the garage. Today we're going to build a contemporary rustic wine rack that you can build for yourself or for a gift that will be appreciated by your friends. We are going to build this wine rack, but at this stage it's not staying yet, so stick around the whole video, not only to see how we build it, but also to see the stain project. It is just amazing. I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you at the end of the video. So once you decide the length that you want, you're going to cut two identical pieces with 45, and the best tool we have found for this is actually the miter saw. Clamping your material is always a good idea and ensures that the piece will not move during the cut. I would say let's cut the strange middle piece now, you know. We want it like this or like...
No, the other way. Like this.
Okay.
Because the angles have to be the same.
There you go.
But you need the length. Yeah, you need the length on the inside.
And then just touch the blade. I think that's good, right?
Yes, but I can't hold the camera and hold this end of the thing.
You will not.
Okay.
I'm clamping it, so you can let go.
Okay.
So we have two pieces now that they are different, because this is our middle piece. Did we do it correctly? Yes. Excellent. So too bad that this is not long enough.
Yep.
And we need to cut the third piece.
And it needs to be the same as the first one, right?
So now we have two pieces that have a 45 and a straight, and we have one piece somewhere that has two 45s. We need to... So the idea is that this, we need to clean them a little bit.
Yes.
But they will connect like so. You need to open it. This is not perfect. You need to come a little over. There you go.
Here. Should we place them?
I think it will fit
They
perfect.
both overhang slightly.
But that's fine. What do you think?
It's alright.
Are you okay with it or not?
I think
I'm okay with it. So we need to determine first, do we want this to be all the way at the top and then we would make this all cut it off right at the bottom, or do we want a little more?
I think I suggest that we finish this first so we can move it up and down and see how it looks without falling apart. So let's make the holes for the bottles, put it all together, and then we can do that.
Okay. So we have the three pieces, the three faces of where the wine bottles will hang. And we're putting them together, and this is the configuration that we'll want in the end. And now we have to figure out where to put the holes for the wine bottles to go as they hang in the wine rack. So I'm going to take the first board and mark the middle. So it's 13 and a half, so we want 7.25.
So why we want that middle?
Versus what middle?
I thought we need the middle between this and this.
We do.
Sweetie, I have to mark where that line goes. So I need 7.25.
No. 6.25. Because 6 and 6 is... Well, it has to be...
6.75.
Okay, yes. It's not 7 because 7 times 2 would be
14.
14.
Right, you're right.
Click it so we have, I think there is no more permanent.
There it is.
Okay. Now, we need to make sure and have enough space between the bottles after they hang together. We've allowed about 1/2 inch between the bottles. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay. So,
About 1 3/4.
It's 3.5, so
Yeah, so 1 3/4.
is the middle.
what? I'm sorry.
The
I'm
middle
not
between
following.
here and here.
Right. So that
Yeah,
you
I
can
don't-
center the board, so you can center it this way and this way, right?
Yes.
So 1 3/4.
1 3/4, yeah, but I need to, I was trying to find the edge of where, we need to find the center.
That's the center, honey.
Right.
That's
That's the center
right
here.
there.
And then you
Right.
need the center from
So
where you want from there to there.
But see, that's not the line, that's what I'm saying. It says in, that's
okay.
why I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
That's fine on that side, but that's not fine on this side.
I'll
so.
put another little mark there.
Hey, you know what I could do? I could just trace around the bottle,
You could.
and that would give me a circle, and we could find the center of the circle, right?
Yes.
Or should I just put a mark?
Yeah, put a mark there, and then you can just measure in between the 2 points, right?
And the distance between those 2 marks should be where the...
So about 1.5. Right?
Yeah.
It's 3 and...
Yeah, and a hair, but
It's 3 and a hair.
so 1.5 from.
Is that a
maybe-
blonde hair or a brunette hair?
It's a red hair.
Let's do 1 and 7/16.
Okay. Mark it. And then you can go ahead and
If you
mark
press
the
that
other
button
side.
down, it will lock the tape, so it won't be moving.
Okay. And then
That
you
should
wanna
be
go
the
ahead-
middle,
you
right?
wanna go
Alright,
ahead-
and
yeah.
how we'll find the middle for the other one?
Same way.
It will probably be the same distance from here to
Should
that
be.
line.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's 2.
That's not 2.
Yeah. No, it's just
not.
under. Yeah. From where I was looking up, it looked like 2.
Yeah.
4/8, 5/8, 6/8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13/16.
Okay.
13/16 from the line. We need want the line to be. And I want it to be 13/16 from the line.
So is that in the middle between these 2 points?
It should be 3.5, which we said was 1 3/4, right? Yep, it's right on 1 3/4, right? Okay, so the center of the hole and the center of the hole. Let's just make sure. Yep. Okay,
Yeah, it
they
looks good.
fit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are speeding up this point because it is repetitive, and once we took measurements for the first one, as you are going to see here, we are using the first one to make the holes for the other 2 pieces. That way we ensure that they are all identical and we avoid the pain and anguish of measuring. I do not like measuring, as you're aware of, and the clip before just demonstrated why. It's very easy to make mistakes, and using one piece to decide the dimension of similar pieces is actually far more accurate, far easier, and makes a lot more sense. So here what you see us doing is cutting the middle piece holes and also the last straight piece holes. As you notice, we have 2 pieces that have one straight edge and one 45, and one piece that has 2 45, and that is what makes this unique looking rack work. So the best way to do this is of course using a drill press, but you can do it with a drill if you don't have one. You just have to be very careful that you are totally straight, so your bottles will end up being straight and will not look strange if they're on an angle and will not touch each other. Overall, this is a straightforward process, but it does include some weird calculations to ensure that everything looks balanced and straight. So we'll resume now our narrative.
Okay, the corner brackets we bought are stainless steel looking, so to make them darker we're going to paint them black, and those are going to be easy because they're flat, but the screw heads you also want to match, so we're putting them into cardboard to hold them straight up so that we can paint the screw heads with the spray can.
You think that's good? Or I need to do it more?
Probably good.
Step back. Step back. That's not black.
Well, don't go like that because you'll get everything.
Well, what do you have then?
Black. It is black. Okay. I know. It's horrible.
I'm not sure the top edge has got it. Okay. Now, do you want to open the garage door?
15 minutes.
Please and thank you. So now here they are, painted black, and okay, we're doing the dry assembly of the angle pieces that have been drilled.
A dry assembly is a great idea to ensure that your cuts are correct, so you will not start assembling the project and then find out that you have made a mistake in a dimension. Using a hand sanding process simply takes away the rough edges without risking damaging the wood or changing the angle or making the project more difficult to complete. So in this stage we're just using a hand process to do some of the cleaning up of the wood, and here we are doing the assembly. Again, I've used this process in other videos. Here we simply check if by rotating the pieces we get a better fit, and sometimes that is the case. We're using dimensional lumber here, we're not using finished lumber, And sometimes you will be amazed that by rotating your materials, you're going to actually get a much better fit. And we're having pretty good corners right here. We're ready to glue. You have seen this technique before, but I like to use pieces of wood to hold together my pieces that I plan to join. That makes it easy and provides support to both pieces, and that way they're not going to move while I use brads. I love using brads not in a sense of structural elements, but to keep two pieces together until the glue dry. I think this is the best way to do that, and often they can be actually structural for light builds. I'm not sure about this one. I think this one needs actually screws because bottle wines can be heavy, and this actually will hold 6 of them. You can see that the corner there is just about perfect. It is a very good corner, and I'm very pleased on how it turned out. And this is what you want. Anything visible, you want it to be as good as you can make it, but you should not worry about things that are not visible. Now, small problems, small details can be sanded out, or you can use wood putty and fill any areas that they are having small gaps. Again, we repeat the process to attach the last piece, and it is exactly the same as before. This is not as good of a join, but you're going to see in the end it end up really looking nice after we hit it with a little bit of a sandpaper. So even though it doesn't look great at this stage, it turned out fantastic. So do not worry if something doesn't look exactly as you want it. There are ways that you can fix problems, and maybe I will do an episode dedicated on how to fix little problems like this. We will now return in our normal narration.
If you want, we can even knock. I mean, this is good there. I cannot see that side. That comes out.
That comes out, but so does this one.
Okay.
So I think we should be able to make that flush there on that corner and this one flush on this corner.
Okay.
And have both corners sticking out slightly. My question to you was, and still is, do we want to have a little bit of overhang on either end?
I think it
top
would
and
look
bottom?
nicer, but I think it's a matter of
I agree.
preference.
That's what I think. So I'm going to slide it down.
Okay.
Is that enough overhang, do you think? Or
Yeah, I think
more?
that's nice and clean.
So we need the same amount on the top
Right.
and the bottom? I'm making it 1.5 inches.
Okay. We have completed the part of the assembly that will hold the bottles, and now we're going to cut the backboard to the correct length, right? fantastic. So this is done with it.
Yeah.
Alright. And now you saw the first time I've used my table sled, and I'm going to talk about this sled in a different episode. So we're marking the position of the board on our backboard, on the rack board, on the backboard. So we have preference points, so we can turn it over, put the rack board on top of it, and then attach it with glue and brad nails, or even screws. I don't know if you prefer screws to brad nails, you know. Let's see. That should be long enough.
Should I not go over the joint?
You can go with it, too.
Enough
You want to
glue?
record? So you can
I am
separate?
recording.
Is that enough glue?
You help.
I cannot.
Talking.
Yes, honey. That is your point here.
Is it on?
I think so. You just moved it, but it
Well,
was on.
I understand, but I have to get the whole thing on.
This is not lined up. You're down.
Here, you want me to take that off so you
No,
can
no,
see?
no, no, no. Stop.
I want you to take it out so you can see it easier.
It's okay.
Want me to touch that? Is that on the correct spot?
Now we're in the right place.
Huh?
Yes, now we're in the right place.
Alright. Am I right, Tammy?
Looks like it.
Okay. And that brought it down. So can we turn it around now and do the other side? Don't want your fingers there, actually.
I know, but I had to get it in place.
Right then, so we do the corners too? Let's do the corners too. So. Or you think we can turn it now? Okay, it's not on. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're just tacking it temporarily, so we have a way to move it around. Okay, good. So now let's help for me to turn it over. Okay, you want to hold it?
Why are we going to turn it over?
So I can put more tacks. So now we have points, so we can make a line here. Yes, when that hit it. What do you think now?
Sure, but we need a straight edge.
So
I think you need to be closer because look, you're almost outside the...
No, but this is,
so there's that one.
I'm leaving you room
There's
for
that
your
one.
stapler.
Okay.
Because you're going to want it right there, okay? So I'm in line with this line,
Okay.
and am I in line with this line over here?
Yeah.
And that's the outside line, so that should be a good. Now you're going to want to staple on this side of it,
Okay.
okay?
So now we need to line this to this. we use screws, you think, or staples right now?
I always like screws better than those things, but whatever you think. You're going to want to be on this side. Okay?
Yeah. And we are staining this?
Yeah. Yes.
But we don't have more empty bottles. Do we have more
We
empty
have
bottles?
empty bottles.
Not there, honey. Just laying around.
No.
Ah, okay. That's what I was asking. Not the ones from there.
You want to be on this side. Okay?
Hopefully we don't miss.
Oh, wait. I thought they put you on the wrong side here. That's wrong.
Okay.
The electric pneumatic nailer has become my favorite tool. I really love it. It helps me make my projects much quicker because it can be used very easily to hold pieces together while glue dries. I don't have to worry about tanks and hoses, and it provides a very sturdy and very positive connection between pieces. As you saw in the previous clip, preparation is very critical when you plan to finish your piece. Everything has to be nice and smooth before stain is applied, and applying stain is very easy and very quick. Stain dries quite fast, and unlike paint, doesn't tend to have runs and ugly locations.
So you can see how stain almost immediately changes the character of the wood, and why in a project like that you should be using the same type of wood. This is not a project that you can mix and match wood. You can use scrap wood as long as it is all the same type as we did here. And as you see here, don't forget the inside, the openings, because they will be very pronounced. There will be a great difference in the color between the stain and the white part. As you can see here, you want this look here that looks seamless.
So to get into these little crevices where the cloth is not wanting to reach, using a Q-tip dipped into the stain. As you can see, it gets in there very nicely, and I think you can probably also use it on the little pinholes, right?
Pinholes, not holes.
Anywhere the cloth doesn't want to penetrate enough. And even on camera you can see how nicely the wood grain comes out with this stain. This is something like a Kona or Java.
Using a Q-tip is a great idea which I have not seen in any other board, and of course you need to go over each area several times, but it's the most effective way when you have small gaps or small marks made by nails or any other small imperfections in the wood.
Alright, so our project is all stained, and now we are ready to put the brackets that, if you remember, we painted earlier today. And these are serving both as an accent and also provide...
It is substantially cheaper to buy brackets and then paint them than buy colored brackets, and the whole idea behind the channel is to do things in a cost efficient manner. This paint that we use takes only 15 minutes to dry, and it really did not add any wait time to the whole project, and yet it gave the project a much more finished look and added some strength to these corners. 45-degree corner connections are not known for their strength, and since this might hold some weight, I wanted some way for it to be reinforced while at the same time is aesthetically pleasing. I think this is a great solution. As you notice, we do use pilot holes, and pilot holes must always be used when you have pieces of wood that are thin, otherwise you risk splitting the wood and spoiling your project, and in this stage our project is almost over, and spoiling it at this point would be really unfortunate and having to start from the beginning. So always use pilot holes when you're working with thin wood, or sometimes even dense wood, because dense wood is more likely to split than soft wood without pilot holes. The project is moving along as you see, and we are very pleased with the progress, and because stain is so forgiving, we could do that without the stain being completely dried.
Hello friends, and we are at the end of our project. We did finish it, and here is the finished product. As you can see, a very nice, and here you get an idea of how the bottles go in it. And unfortunately we don't have a lot of empty bottles right now, but you get the general idea of how this works. You hang it on a wall, and these give it a very nice decorative flair. And the stain, as you can see, makes it kind of both rustic and modern at the same time. We are very pleased with the way this came out. So we intend this actually for a gift, so we won't be putting it in the house, but overall it really worked out great. Thank you for staying with us for this episode, and we are halfway through our 500 subscribers from 400, so we're at about 450 subscribers right now. So we'll be talking about that very soon. Join us again on Wednesday for tips and tricks. And if you did like today's episode and you like what we do, please smash that like button. If you didn't, then the other button works as well. Please share, subscribe and like. If you do like what we do in this channel, please comment and let us know what projects you would like to see us do in the future. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you soon.